Go and wash in the Pool of Siloam."
Please give me a hand.
There was a man who had been blind since birth.
Thank you. Have mercy on this poor blind man.
May you be blessed.
Jesus and his disciples were passing by the place where this blind man was.
"Teacher, who sinned that this man was born blind?"
Was it his own sin, or his parents' sin?
Neither this man nor his parents sinned. This happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him.
After saying this, Jesus spat on the ground, made some mud with the saliva, and applied it to the man's eyes. Then he said,
"Go, wash in the Pool of Siloam."
So the blind man made his way to Siloam. Siloam means sent. The blind man, having been sent by Jesus, arrived at the Pool of Siloam. When he washed his eyes there, they were opened, and he could see.
I can see! I can see the world!
For the first time in his life, he beheld the world, and it was breathtakingly beautiful.
So beautiful! I have opened my eyes.
Father, this is the blind man who used to sit and beg. But now he can see.
There are many beggars in this world, my child. Perhaps he just looks similar to that man.
No, I think this is really him.
Yes, it is me. I am that man.
Then how were your eyes open?
The man called Jesus made some mud and applied it to my eyes. He told me to go to Siloam and wash. So I went and washed, and now I can see.
Where is this man?
I do not know.
The people thought that the Pharisees had healed him, so they brought him to the Pharisees. But it was the Sabbath when Jesus had healed him. The Pharisees questioned the man again, asking how he had received his sight.
He put mud on my eyes, and after I washed, I could see.
This man is not from God, for he does not keep the Sabbath.
But how can a sinner perform such signs?
And so they were divided.
Since he opened your eyes, what do you say about him?
He is a prophet.
The Jews still did not believe that the man had been blind and now could see, so they summoned his parents.
Is this your son, blind from birth?
How is it that he can now see?
Yes, he is our son, and yes, he was born blind. But how he now sees, or who opened his eyes, we do not know.
He is of age. Ask him yourself.
His parents said this because they were afraid. The Jewish leaders had already decided that anyone who acknowledged Jesus as the Christ would be put out of the synagogue. The Pharisees called the man back and said,
Give glory to God. We know this man is a sinner.
Whether he is a sinner or not, I do not know. One thing I do know, I was blind,
but now I see.
What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes?
I have already told you, and you did not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples?
You are his disciple. We are disciples of Moses.
We do not even know where he comes from.
How astonishing! You do not know where he comes from, yet he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners.
But he listens to the godly person who does his will. Since the beginning of the world, no one has ever heard of a man born blind receiving sight. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing.
At this, they became furious and threw him out. Jesus heard that they had cast the man out. Finding him, Jesus asked,
Do you believe in the Son of Man?
Who is he, sir? Tell me so that I may believe in him.
You have already seen him. He is the one speaking with you now.
Lord, I believe.
I have come into this world for judgment, so that the blind will see, and those who see will become blind.
What? Are we blind too?
If you were blind, you would not be guilty of sin. But now that you claim to see, your guilt remains. Children, come here. Did you listen to today's story? Now, repeat after me. Go and wash in the Pool of Siloam.
John chapter 9, verse 7. Well done. See you next week. Goodbye.